Okay, Aida Hazira.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Aina Nabila.
Ada, madam.
Ashraf Idris.
Ada, madam.
Alright. Farish Iskandar.
Madam.
Alright. Hilwana Azahra.
Ada, madam.
Alright. Irdina Fatia.
Ada, madam.
Okay. Izatul Fazlina.
Ada, madam.
Right. Muhammad Rafa.
Ada, madam.
Okay. Adam. Alright. Alif Haikal.
Ada, madam.
Okay. Darwish.
Ada, madam.
Nick Natasha.
Ada, madam.
Dini Amani.
Ada, madam.
Adriana.
Ada, madam.
Ain Izati.
Ada, madam.
Rafrina Sofia.
Ada, madam.
Aida Liana.
Ada, madam.
Ain Najibah.
Ada, madam.
Nur Fakhira.
Ada, madam.
Shazlin Shafika.
Saya, madam.
Nurin Wadiha.
Ada, madam.
Alright. Sabrina Alia.
Ada, madam.
Okay. Nurul Rauzah.
Ada, madam.
Nurul Shamira.
Ada, madam.
Titi Aisyah.
Ada, madam.
Wan Nur Akila Syahira.
Ada,
Panjang je nama dia. Akila Syahira? Oh,
Ya,
ada.
madam.
Okay. Siapa yang tak ada nama dalam I punya attendance? Ada sesiapa yang tak ada dalam attendance I? Baru register ke? Tak ada Alright. Okay. So basically we'll continue from last week's lecture. Okay. So kalau you tengok dekat kita punya screen. Okay. So screen kita, sekejap let me check. Sampai sini kan last time? Ke tak? Sampai riba plan offer, betul? Alright. Okay. So basically kita akan continue So who's who. So kita akan, so basically kita dekat first main topic. So all the parties related to construction industry. So we need to identify who is who. So basically kita ada the most important player in this construction industry, which is the client. So client ini sebagai financier ataupun financier, orang yang keluarkan duit, okay, sebagai outputnya, okay, in return he needs a building, okay. So along the way to get that output, so basically ada other peoples involved in construction industry. So siapa lagi yang involved adalah consultants. So all the consultants, okay, it could be the architects, and then it could be the engineer. So you yourself quantity surveyors, okay, kalau engineer tu akan it could be mechanical or electrical engineer or civil and structure engineer. So civil and structure engineer ni yang akan come up with their drawings once architect completed their design. So basically once architect completed their drawings, their design, so they will pass the drawings to the civil and structure engineers, okay, so that the civil and structural engineers will come up with their drawings according to the architect's plan. Alright, so dia akan letak lah, okay, so basically column dekat sini, there must be beam here. So if there is any discrepancies or any problem, okay, related to the drawing, so basically civil engineer akan contact balik architect. He will say, okay, so look, architect, so basically in this drawing, dekat sini if you want it to be aesthetic, dekat sini tak boleh nak letak beam. Dekat sini kita tak boleh letak column and what not. So there diorang akan discuss over. So that's how they work. So kalau architect drawing itu sangat apa orang kata bombastic to that extent sampai civil and structure engineer pun tak boleh nak make it, nak letak column beam semua pun macam quite complicated. So basically architect will need to revise the drawing. Okay, unless kalau memang macam dekat advanced countries yang memang ada all those advanced technologies, so basically they can do it. Okay, so you nampak kan dekat Malaysia ni building yang quite complicated, so very nice, very subjective kan, macam TRX Exchange Merdeka 116 tu kan, 118. So kalau you tengok that kind of buildings recently je, baru dekat Malaysia. So all this while kita punya building quite straightforward, okay, rectangular, so basic shapes. So sebab kalau we are going to build all those kind of shapes, so basically we'll need more expertise, more technologies, okay. So those kind of things require higher cost. So that's why kalau you tengok lately je baru Malaysia macam ada very nice design, a very unique design, okay. Because sometimes when architect they're being too imaginative, so sometimes the civil and structure engineer ni cannot make it. Okay, if you do this, basically we cannot letak any structural beam dekat sini, so it is not going to be very stable, it will collapse and whatnot. Okay, so that's how it works. So basically once everything dah completed, they will pass the drawing to to mechanical and electrical engineers, so that those people, okay, bolehlah letak all those cables, ducting, okay, and whatnot untuk you punya building. So kalau the client insists on, so I don't want to see any cables running through my building. So that's how you nampak sekarang ni all those building semuanya wire, cable, okay, ducting semuanya dah tak expose dah. Okay, semuanya hidden. So you dah tak nampak dah dekat, especially dekat all those modern buildings. Okay, so mechanical dengan electrical and many engineer ni, okay, akan tentukanlah, okay, dekat mana ada plug point, okay, dekat mana perlu ada internet punya point, okay, and whatnot. So dah completed. So last sekali, okay, they will pass to the QS. So it's you. So you akan dapat semua drawing ni, okay. So drawing yang many yang prepare tu, so basically they will do their own BQs. Kalau yang civil and structure engineer buat, as well as the architect, so basically kita yang akan quantify all the quantities. So apa yang kita buat adalah once kita dapat the drawings, QS akan check discrepancies. So dia check dekat sini, okay, this drawing architectural, this drawing civil and engineering drawing, okay, tally tak? Sepatutnya dekat sini, okay, ada this kind, dekat architectural drawing, okay, dekat this area ada ablution area. Suddenly bila sampai je dekat structural drawing, suddenly you tengok, kenapa this area bukan ablution area? So apa yang QS buat, okay, what we do at office, okay, we do clouds, okay, dekat wherever yang ada discrepancies tu, and then we fax over ataupun kita email balik, okay, to kita punya designers, so that they confirm which is which. So yang mana satu yang betul, okay, or architect tak updated the drawings, they just send over a not up to date drawing kat kita. Okay, satu lagi CNS dah dapat drawing yang latest by the architect. Okay, because why? Sometimes bila in meetings, QS ni akan ditanya oleh klien. So klien kata, okay, QS you dah dapat drawing as promised. So basically starting from the drawings completed, so 2 weeks after that you mesti dah pass. Right after that you mesti pass kepada QS, sebab within 2 weeks QS mesti come up with BQs. Okay, so along the way, okay, you check ada discrepancies. So apa yang you buat adalah you keep asking. So sometimes you tak dapat pun the answer right away. You have to wait. So basically that's how they drag the time. So basically 2 weeks tu tak cukup lah. Because why? You kena confirm dengan architect, you need to confirm with the engineers. Okay, dekat mana yang the right drawing, which is which. Okay, actually kalau client bagi you masa 2 minggu, if you would love to extend, you boleh bagi tahu yang basically banyak discrepancies between those drawings, so we need to confirm and confirm back again. Okay, it drag our time, so basically we need extra time. So basically client akan grant you EOT, extension of time, tak ada masalah. Because sometimes architect ni, because of the due date, the client set, on the 15th of March, you have to send over your drawing. They did send over just a typical plan. Meaning to say, those drawings untuk just for the sake of that particular deadline, so dia akan buatlah surat, finally attach you with the drawing as required, blah 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 blah. So bila dia send over, dia ada surat, dia memang hantar 15 hari bulan. The problem is that dia tak hantar drawing yang latest. Along the way bila kita keep quantifying tu, tiba-tiba dia hantar lagi drawing, ada amendment, ada addendum. So along the way tu actually dia tak finalize drawing dia lagi. Dia bagi dekat kita staggeredly sebab kerja tak siap. Tapi bila klien tanya, they will say, yes, we send over on the 15th of March. Nampak tak? That's how it works dekat construction industry. So semuanya nak nampak cantik on the deadline itself. So they will tell the client that they send over on the specific date. However, whatever they have sent you, those are not the finalized drawings. Same goes. So sometimes they hantar dekat you yang bukan finalized punya drawing, they hantar dekat engineer finalized drawing. So that's how bila you nampak ada discrepancy between architect and CNS punya drawing, so you must always do in writing, put it in writing, black and white, send over. At least kalau you nak cepat, you boleh guna email ataupun fax to make it official, so that you CC kepada your client, showing that there are so many addendums or so many amendments they have to confirm on. So in that way, so you punya client will grant you EOT. So kalau in that case. Tapi kalau semuanya all in place, all the drawings are finalized. So basically within 2 weeks, the clients need you to come up with BQs. So kalau tak ada lah, tengok semua drawing accordingly, drawing architect dengan drawing CNS align, tally, tak ada masalah. So basically within 2 weeks, you have to come up with BQs. Bila dah come up dengan BQs itu, you akan prepare juga tender document. So QS akan prepare tender document. And then M&E engineer will send over their BQ. So QS takkan prepare mechanical dengan electrical BQ. Yang akan prepare adalah M&E. So we will just chip in dekat dalam tender document kita. So let's say this is your tender document. So dia send over dekat you. They send over dekat you this BQ. Kita hanya letak flyer, mechanical and electrical BQ. So you just chip in, as part of your tender document. So that's how it works. So other than that, akan ada landscape architect kalau ada landscape architect yang appointed. And then mungkin akan ada town and regional planner. So all those are considered as consultant. And then after all done, so you akan tender out to get the most appropriate person or the most appropriate contractor to undertake the project. So project itu sekarang ini memerlukan contractor. To make it real, to make it realistic. So apa yang kita buat, kita tender out, ada 100 tenderers masuk, contractors masuk, you choose the best one. Okay, siapa yang choose? So basically, client akan choose the best contractor to undertake his project, okay, depending on QS consultant's recommendation. So meaning to say, kerja kita tak siap lagi after kita dah tender out, okay, ada 100 tenderers get into the tender. So basically, kita perlu buat tender evaluation and then tender report based on tender evaluation yang kita buat tadi. So which contractor is the best contractor to undertake this project? Okay. However, okay, bear in mind since tadi klien siapa yang keluar duit dalam untuk projek ni? Client, right? Okay. So client ada full authority to reject your recommendation. So jangan orang kata no hard feeling lah. Okay. Be professional. Kalau your recommendation is rejected by your client, that's okay. That's their money. So leave it to them. Okay, so you recommend contractor A, so you kata dekat situ, so basically based on all the analysis done by the quantity surveyor, we hereby recommended contractor A as the best contractor for this project due to several reasons. So you pun bagi, okay, the current market rates entered, and then a very strong financial. Lepas tu based on staff, they have a very good resume of staff in their company. Okay, blah 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 blah. So you submitted to your client, and your client said, I think as compared to contractor A, I might prefer to appoint contractor B. Okay, no harm, tak ada masalah. He appointed, well, he will be liable to his decision. So no worries kalau it is recommended that way and it is rejected, okay, by all means it is up to the client, because in tender report later on there will be a statement. Okay, however, okay, we recommended contractor A, okay, due to the several reasons. However, it is subject to the client's final decision, okay, on the best contractor who he thinks the best for this project. So nampak tak, ada dekat situ ada satu statement mengatakan, okay, however, klien ada full authority untuk ambil siapa-siapa kontraktor yang dirasakan paling bagus untuk dia punya projek tersebut. So tak ada masalah. Okay, so dah lantik. So another player, okay, come in picture. Siapa? So now we have the contractor. So well, contractor ni, okay, do you think the contractor do all the works on their own? Okay, definitely not. So that's how you dengar all those wording, okay, subcontractors, okay, domestic subcontractor. And then kita ada nominated subcontractor. Okay, so itu appointed by you punya main contractor. Okay, tadi kalau kita nampak the big picture, okay, siapa construction industries players, okay, kita ada architect and then all the consultants related. Lepas tu kita lantik kita punya contractor. Contractor ni akan lantik lagi subcontractor under him. Okay, bear in mind, okay, we have two. Okay, we have two So, satu domestic subcontractor, satu lagi kita ada nominated subcontractor. Okay. Okay. Nominated subcontractor, okay, don't get confused even they are working under the, okay, even they are working under the main contractor, Okay, domestic, from the word domestic. So they will be appointed by the main contractor itself. So domestic main subcontractors will be appointed by the main contractor itself. However, okay, the nominated, okay, what is the meaning of nominated? Akila, what is the meaning of nominated?
Yang terpilih.
Hah, terpilih?
Yang
What is the meaning of nominated? Aida, Liana? Yes. Apa definition nominated?
Dia macam ada tugas-tugas masing-masing.
Dia macam ada tugas-tugas masing-masing. Rafa?
Telah dicalonkan.
Okay, nominated means, okay, you tengok awards kan, the nominees are, calon-calonnya adalah, so nominated means yang telah dicalonkan. Betul lah Rafa dia translate kepada Malay, English Malay. Okay, maksudnya kalau we are talking about domestic means domestic lah. So kita ada satu domestic flight kan, satu international flight. So domestic flight ni maksudnya sesama kita lah. Kalau dalam Malaysia ni ada 14 negeri. So domestic flight itu considered, kalau you pergi Penang ke Sabah ke, domestic sebab you are part of us. Betul? A part of Malaysia. So kalau domestic ini means dia adalah part and parcel of the main subcontractor tadi, appointed by the main contractor. If it is nominated subcontractor, means it is appointed by the client. Okay, could you see the difference? Domestic, appointed by the main contractor. Nominated subcontractor, even it works, okay, it works under main contractor, but it is not appointed by the main contractor, it is appointed by the client. So the client said, I want this subcontractor to be your subcontractor. So he will be a nominated by a client. Okay, by the client in that specific project. Okay, so that's different If you could see, okay, kalau you tengok apa ni kita punya matrix of construction industry ni, so basically even it is nominated by the client, so basically okay, it is still under main contractor. Okay, cumanya bezanya satu appointed by the client, satu appointed by the main contractor itself. Okay, however both of them, okay, kalau you nampak ada satu main contractor punya label dekat sini, so kedua-duanya akan terpecah daripada main contractor, satu domestic subcontractor, satu lagi akan ada nominated subcontractor. So is both of them, okay, or under main contractor. Okay, itu kalau you're talking about, okay, who are the key players in construction industry. So basically kita dah tengok lah, okay, apa ni, we have identified the participants and we have okay, explain on their roles, okay, in the typical settings of the construction industry. So kita tengok semua construction industry punya key players, okay, yang you cannot run from. Maksudnya kalau setting untuk buat sesuatu building tu, okay, satu-satu project itu, those are the people yang you akan work with together. Kalau that particular project, okay, needs 2 years, okay, 2 tahun, 24 bulan, selama 24 bulan itulah those people yang you akan work with. So kalau projek itu adalah selama 36 months, okay, 3 tahun, so those are the people that you need to work with selama 3 tahun. So without any of them, okay, so basically tak complete lah. Sebab you punya outcome nanti tak akan dapat. Kenapa? Sebab in one project, all those are needed to complete that particular project. So that's why kita kata hari tu kita punya construction industry ni unique. Without one of the players, so basically we cannot complete the project. Alright. And then kita akan move kepada project participants. Kita ada client, employer, owner, developer. So client could be kita panggil dia employer, it could be owner, it could be developer. So kalau I mention any of this, sometimes I akan guna employer, sometimes I guna client, sometimes I guna owner, sometimes I guna developer. So they bring the same meaning. So maksudnya dia adalah client, and client is the person who finance the project, who take out money, to get a specific output, which is a building. So client ini, it could be called employer, it could be called as owner, it could be called as developer. So kalau I sebut any of these, sepatutnya you are well informed that they bring the same meaning. They are just the same thing. Client, employer, owner, developer. And then we have consultant. So all those consultant related to the project, and then the contractor. It could be your main contractor, subcontractor. Subcontractor ni it could be trade subcontractor. It could be labor only, ataupun ada design and build contractor, depending on what type of procurement system you are adopting. It depends on. So kalau you guna design and build procurement system, so basically you are going to have your design and build contractor. If you are merely use traditional method, so basically you're not gonna hear this term. Design and build contractor ni tak ada lah. Because it is specifically for design and build procurement arrangement system. Alright. And then ada participants yang you might want to know, but maybe they don't work with you closely, but they are there. Maksudnya dia masih dekat dalam that circle, tapi dia tak work with you closely as one team, macam yang consultant and all those people yang I mentioned tadi. So ada participants, mungkin materials or equipment supplier sectors, manpower, labor. Lepas tu ada finance sectors, klien pinjam duit daripada bank. So mungkin contractor also pinjam duit daripada bank untuk undertake that project. And then approving sectors, these are all local authority sectors. You tahu kan, kalau we are dealing with a project, so basically different locality will be different local authority. So maksudnya kalau dekat Selangor ni sendiri, if we want to build something on a land in Shah Alam, so we need to deal with majlis mana? Darwish. Darwish?
Ya, madam.
Yes. Jawab soalan I.
Awak.
Tak dengar kan tadi? Jawab soalan I. Tanya apa tadi? Ya, Darwish.
Dia tanya apa tadi?
Nampak tu? Dah agak dah. Kalau kita buat satu projek, dekat satu kawasan, specifically lah, dekat Selangor ni, so kita ada banyak kan, Shah Alam, Hulu Langat, PJ kan, betul? Kuala Selangor. So let's say sekarang ni I nak construct something dekat Shah Alam. Siapa yang akan approve semua plan I? Kat mana yang I perlu refer? Majlis Pembandaran mana?
MBSA lah, Shah Alam.
Yes.
Selangor.
So, katakanlah I sekarang I nak pergi dekat Kedah. Dekat Sungai Petani. Alright. So I beli tanah dekat Sungai Petani. So sekarang I nak buat building. So majlis pembandaran mana yang patut pergi?
Majlis Pembandaran Kedah.
Yelah specifically Sungai
Sungai
Petani lah.
Petani.
Okey, sebab dalam satu negeri kita ada banyak distrik. Setiap distrik itu ada majlis pembandaran dia sendiri. Betul? Local authority. So all this majlis yang kita panggil ni, majlis pembandaran ni, we call them as local authorities. Maksudnya dia adalah pihak berkuasa dekat tempat tersebut. So kalau you nak buat something on the specific land dekat Shah Alam, okay, you kena refer local authority yang sepatutnya lah. You tak boleh lah you nak construct tanah dekat Shah Alam, you pergi refer Majlis Pembandaran Kuala Selangor. Okay, tak boleh. Sebab Majlis Pembandaran Kuala Selangor might have different requirement. Okay, Majlis Bandaraya Selangor, okay, ada different requirement. Look, nampak tak? So kalau you cerita pasal projek yang dekat seluruh Malaysia ni, okay, semuanya ada different requirement depending on their local authority. Okay, their locality. Maksudnya tempat berkenaan, lokasi, dan juga dia approving local authority. So jangan pergi dekat different authority untuk cari information berkenaan dengan tempat yang tak ada kaitan dengan dia. Okay, so kalau you dekat Shah Alam, pergi ambil SA. Kalau you dekat Kuala Selangor, pergi Kuala Selangor. Kalau you dekat PJ, pergi PJ. Kalau you dekat Gombak, pergi dekat local authority Gombak. They have different requirements. So mungkin dekat sini requirement dia A, bila sampai dekat PJ, requirementnya mungkin B. Okay, so banyak sectors yang terlibat untuk kita punya locality So you jangan kata so semuanya sama. That's why kita kata construction industry ni unik. Kenapa? So kalau you are talking about 30 locality, 30 construction site, 30 requirement yang berbeza, 30 taking off list yang berbeza, 30 specification yang berbeza. Okay, don't be surprised. Dan 30 approving local authority yang berbeza juga. Okay, so we are unique in our way. Alright. And then, okay, kalau you look at this, okay, ada contractual relationship. Okay, look. We have the employer, right? Employer or
Client.
yes, okay. So kita ada employee. Sebenarnya Kak Farish, are you a vampire?
No.
Sebab I sebenarnya nak sebut nama you. Suddenly you jawab soalan I. So I macam, can you read my mind? Okay. Okay. So basically kita ada employer or we have client. Okay. Ataupun lagi employer,
Owner.
okay, owner, lagi
Developer.
yeah, developer. Alright, so the main contract is between the employer, client, owner, developer with the main contractor. So okay. So kontrak yang kita akan buat adalah between client bersama dengan main contractor. Dan so kontrak-kontrak lain adalah di antara siapa dan siapa? Okay. Consultant adalah berkontrak dengan employer sahaja. You nampak all the arrows? Arrow ini tak ke main contractor, betul? You nampak arrow tu? Arrow ini semua adalah related to client sahaja ataupun employer. So they are contracted with only client. So who's their boss? Yes. If the main contractor said something to them, ask them to do something, can they do it? No, right? Sebab, nampak tak? You nampak? There's no, okay, tak ada. Nampak? Nampak tak? Ini. Tak ada. Tak ada relationship. They and main contractor are different entities. Tak ada kontrak pun di antara diorang. So, whatever client said, all this consultant must follow. Whatever the main contractor said, the consultant don't have to follow. Okay, now we look at this. Main contractor will be contracted with their subcontractor. Okay, so subcontractor divided into two. Who are they? Rauzah.
Yes,
Who
madam.
are they? Yes. Who are they? Who are the subcontractors? Rauzah?
People yang appointed by main contractor.
Shamira? Shamira?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So who are they? Subcontractor yang akan in contract with the main contractor. Let me know. Who are they?
Nominated dengan domestic.
Yes. So you nampak ada subcontractor, ada nominated subcontractor. Kalau yang appointed by the main contractor, okay, itself, we call it domestic. Okay. Kalau it is appointed by the client, it is called as nominated subcontractor. Okay, again, the nominated subcontractor is appointed by the client, right? Tapi you ada nampak tak? Any relationship between the client and the nominated subcontractor? Ada nampak tak? Ada nampak tak?
Tak ada.
Yes. Okay. So basically, they are not in contract, they are not related, even if the employer appointed them. Okay. So nampak So whatever happens here, okay, under the main contractor will be, okay, under main contractor's responsibility. Whatever happens here, okay, will be under employer's responsibility. Means if there is, okay, default, okay, fault by the nominated subcontractor, okay, the client will sue the main contractor. Okay, walaupun the fault is by the subcontractor, got nothing to do with the main contractor. Tapi siapa yang with contract dengan pihak satu lagi? Siapa yang in contract? Why the client tak boleh sue terus nominated subcontractor tadi? Siapa yang berkontrak sekarang ni? Wadihah?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Who is in contract with the other party? Who's with who? Siapa yang berkontrak? Pihak mana yang berkontrak? Yes, Wadihah.
Main contractor and nominated subcontractor.
Okay, yang berkontrak tadi, okay, adalah client dan main contractor, betul? Yang berkontrak dengan main contractor adalah subcontractor dia. So now if, okay, subcontractors, okay, at fault, okay, ada something wrong, wrong happen at the site. So basically, can the client sue the subcontractor?
No.
Why?
Because there is no contract between the client and the nominated subcontractor.
Yes, okay. So all, okay, the arrows here, okay, show significant relationship between all those contracted parties. So client dia tak boleh lah nak pergi, okay, sue subcontractor. So dia akan sue siapa? So that's why I kata tadi, whatever happens here, okay, fault by the subcontractors, okay, whatever happens here, even the main contractor doesn't know anything. I don't know. I just appointed them and suddenly something went wrong at the site. So, client akan sue siapa?
Main contractor.
Yes. Walaupun bukan main contractor's fault, tapi pihak yang berkontrak adalah klien dan main contractor. So basically yang buat salah tu di pihak yang bawah yang berkontrak bersama main contractor, klien akan sue main contractor. Walaupun yang buat salah itu bukan main contractor tapi subkontraktor dia. Okay? Right. So all those arrows, okay, sangat important untuk you understand. Siapa yang berkontrak dengan pihak satu lagi? Okay, adakah kalau this person buat salah, dia akan disu ataupun boleh dikenakan tindakan oleh pihak yang berkontrak satu lagi? Okay, sebab dia telah menjejaskan kepentingan pihak yang satu lagi, ataupun tak, got nothing to do with them. So yang berkontrak hanyalah klien dan main contractor. So whatever happens, main contractor akan held liable. Right? Okay. Now,
nak tanya.
kalau, yes.
Tadi nominated subcon tu kan yang dipilih oleh klien kan. Even though dia dipilih oleh klien, it doesn't mean have relationship tu.
Tak ada. Nampak? Look, ada
tak?
tak you nampak any arrows? Okay, pointing from client to nominated. Adakah nominated ini berada di sini ataupun dia berada di bawah main contractor?
Under main coin.
Yes. Whatever happens, okay, to the side, okay, and those fault made by their subcontractors, regardless domestic or nominated. Sebab dia hanya appoint tapi dia tak berkontrak. You faham tak? Okay. So dia hanya appoint, okay, dia punya NSC yang berkontrak dengan NSC adalah main contractor. Okay. Tapi there's one, okay, exceptional, okay, clause whereby if, okay, nominated subcontractor ini provide design. Okay, provide design. So main contractor tak perlu held liable kepada dia punya faulty. Okay, sebab dekat standard form of contract, okay, ada duty of care ataupun ada on design liability. So siapa-siapa yang buat design regardless, okay, so dia akan terus held liable. Okay, so except for design. Sebab design, pihak yang buat design itu dan benda tu memang ada dekat dalam statement tu. Okay, memang ada dekat standard form of contract, design liability. So tak kisahlah kalau nominated ni ada buat, okay, design. So basically sebab nominated ni sometimes kita appoint due to dia punya expertise in satu-satu area. Maksudnya satu-satu item. Contohnya macam buat roof trusses ke, kan. So bila roof trusses kita akan come up dengan shop drawing. So shop drawing itu in order for you nak keluarkan nak construct shop drawing, nak construct kita punya roof trusses. Okay, so you perlu keluarkan shop drawing daripada nominated subcontractor. Okay, so nominated subcontractor ini kalau dia yang come up with the idea, dia yang design, so basically design liability by him automatically. Okay, except for design. Sebab design liability memang stipulated dekat dalam standard form of contract. So whoever did that, so memang tak boleh lari lah. Dia straight away liability tu on the person who design it. Okay, who design that drawing ataupun that plan. Right. Any other questions? Any other questions so far?
Madam, boleh saya tahu main con tu boleh ke dia nak sue balik nominated subcon tu?
Yes, nampak tak? Nampak arrows? Nampak arrows?
Kalau
dia kena sue by the client.
Boleh ke?
Dia kena sue dengan klien, betul? Dia sue dia punya nominated, tak ada masalah.
Okay, thank you madam.
As long as you nampak arrow. Orang ni berkontrak dengan orang ni, so orang ni boleh sue orang ni boleh sue orang ni. Main contractor boleh sue klien, klien boleh sue main contractor. Main contractor tak boleh sue quantity surveyor. Tak ada relationship, nampak?
Nampak.
Okay. Tapi kalau client, if anything happen, okay, dia boleh sue dia punya consultant. So arrow, nampak arrow ni? Okay. Employer boleh sue main contractor. Okay. So main contractor boleh sue client. So main contractor kalau dia kena sue sebab whatever fault by the subcontractors. So nampak these arrows. So dia contracted. Dia bukan main ambil, okay, you buat kerja ni, you buat kerja tak. Dia dah ada kontrak. So dalam kontrak itu kata kalau ada performance problem whatever, so will take action against. So basically main contractor akan sue dia punya nominated subcontractor.
Alright, thank you
So dia
madam.
berangkai lah. Okay. Alright. Employers and contractors obligation. Okay. Okay. So kita ada part 1, employer's obligation. So who is the employer? Implied obligation. And then kita ada express obligation. Okay. So kita ada implied obligation, express obligation, and then ada payment obligation, and then last kali kita akan cover on employer's responsibility. Okay, so from the word implied and express. Okay, apa definition implied? Fazlina. Apa definition implied? Okay, the students are implied to do their homework or reading before classes.
Macam diwajibkan.
Okay, Aina Nabila, what is implied? From the word imply.
Macam implikasikan.
Implikasikan. Okay. Alif Haikal, what is implied from your perspective?
Macam tertakluk kot.
Okay, tertakluk. Okay. So I lebih suka, okay, I tanya express pula Dini Amani, what is express? Dini Amani, what is express? Yes. From the word express. I express myself. Okay, because I'm so sad with you guys, so I express myself obviously.
Ungkapkan.
Okay. Adam, what is express? Okay, ditujukan. Okay, Fagira.
Macam gesture, like you show the action.
Okay, gesture to show the action. Okay, so express and imply is that when you express something, is it obvious? Is it shown? When you express, is it shown? I'm sad.
Yes.
I'm happy. I express my feeling. I'm happy. Betul? So maksudnya kalau express tersurat. You nampak? Whatever yang kita tulis dekat kontrak itu, semuanya express. Kenapa? Dia dah cakap payment obligation will be made. All payments must be made within 30 days, within 28 days. Okay, whatsoever, it is all expressed on the contract. Betul? So, kalau implied is the opposite of express. Kalau opposite apa? Siapa yang suka memendam rasa ni? So, walaupun tak dinyatakan tapi kita tahu dia marah sebenarnya. Macam tu.
Baris.
Tersirat.
Yes, tersirat. Okay, kita tahu, kita cakap something yang might hurt you, so kita tahu secara tersiratnya you marah, betul? Ada tak orang kena marah tapi dia tak sedih? Macam tu. Kan? Okay. Secara tersiratnya adalah implied obligation. Walaupun tak dinyatakan, tapi I tahu kalau I marah, you sedih. Betul? It is known. Siapa-siapa kena marah, dia sedih. Okay? Implied obligation of a student is that you need to do your revision, your reading, your homework before you go to any of the classes. Adakah perlu diceritakan, ada tak macam benda ni express dekat sebelum surat tawaran you tu masuk UiTM, ada tak dia tulis kat situ?
Tak ada.
Ada tak bila you masuk kelas ada tertulis sebab attendance express, betul? Attendance, okay, dia dah tulis. Kalau mengikut peraturan akademik Universiti Teknologi Mara 2009, pelajar yang tidak mencapai kehadiran 80% daripada jumlah jam temu untuk setiap tanpa mendapat kebenaran bertulis daripada fakulti ataupun pusat pengajian tak dibenarkan menduduki exam. It is expressed that kalau you tak cukup 80% daripada you punya attendance, you are not allowed to sit for exam. Okay, express. Okay. Tapi ada tak dalam buku peraturan akademik mana-mana kalau you baca, okay, semua pelajar yang datang ke kelas diwajibkan untuk membuat revision apa? Membuat ulang kaji. Ulang kaji sebelum memasuki mana-mana kelas. Ada tak ditulis?
Tak ada.
Tapi do you know that it is a must to do whenever you go, okay, to any of the classes? Secara tersiratnya, you perlu buat benda tu, betul? Okay, walaupun tak dinyatakan, you perlu buat. Okay, kalau terang-terang dinyatakan, apatah lagilah kena comply, betul? So kalau dia tak nyatakan, walaupun tidak dinyatakan, okay, employer ni ada implied obligation. Ada obligation yang tersirat yang dia perlu comply. Okay, kalau express, there goes without saying lah, you kena comply. Sebab dah tertulis. So I hantar je attendance ni, dia kira budak ni lebih daripada 20% dia ponting. So basically dia terus, okay, surat ni kita akan hantar surat kepada parents. Okay, lepas tu kita akan hantar nama dia kepada tindakan tata tertib. So basically kita akan ban dia daripada exam. Macam tu. Right away. Sebab kenapa? Benda tu dah express. Tapi kalau implied, you don't have to say it. You know that it is a must thing to do in order to ensure smooth selling of a study or a course. Macam tu. Okay, so whether it is stated or not, expressed or not, it is your obligation to do it. It is still your obligation to do it. Okay, so kita ada payment obligation. Okay, payment obligation ni very obvious. Dia part and parcel of the express obligation because it is stated in standard form of contract. And then last kali kita akan cerita pasal employer's responsibility. Okay, so this one dah. Okay, and then kita akan cover part 2, contractor's obligation. So you need to know who is the contractor and then what is those implied terms. Okay, what are those express terms? Okay, what is the design liability of a contractor? And then what are the contractor's risks? And then what are the contractor's remedies? And if the contractor has the obligation to warn the consultant. Okay, so adakah kontraktor ini kalau dia nampak anything went wrong at the site, okay, he has the obligation to warn the architects or the engineer on specific fault at site. So kita akan cover this. Okay, so who is the employer? So it could be the client, it could be the owner, it could be the developer, okay? And then the person or body which commissions the work, a building or whatever and enters into a contract with the contractor. So dia commissions the work ataupun a building and dia akan enter into a contract with the contractor. And then who is, okay, employer's main function adalah to commission the projects and then to finance the project. Tadi kita kata apa? Dia sebagai financier. Financier. So okay, to finance the project, own the completed project. So output dia adalah a building. So basically when it is completed, that building is completed, so the employer will own the completed project or the completed building. And then, okay, dia akan use the completed project, okay, to whatever his wish are, and then to make decisions along the way of the construction project. Okay, implied obligations, okay, adalah, okay, satu, possession of site. Okay, so possession of site adalah you tak boleh, okay, suddenly you kata, oh, you know what, I ada tanah kosong but it is actually somebody else land. And then you cakap dekat that contractor, I wish to build a multi-story housing here as well as the elevated parking lot. Okay, however, the land is not yours. So the first thing first adalah you have to possess that site. So possess mean, okay, you perlu own that land, that site. Bila you own that site, then only you are able to ask all the participants, other participants of you punya construction chain tadi tu untuk join the tender. Tapi kalau you don't possess the site, suddenly you ask people to build something on it, so it's wrong. So first thing first, you mestilah possess. So possess tu maksudnya you belilah, betul? You own that land. And then supply of plans and other details. So you bagi information yang tepat kepada you punya project participants. Okay, you bagi dekat you punya architect time frame. Okay, 2 weeks untuk keluarkan dengan drawing so that all other participants dapat the same supply of plans. Okay, maksudnya you nak buat building, mestilah ada drawings, mestilah ada plan. So dah ada tanah, mesti ada perancangan, ada plan, ada drawing, okay, ada details. Okay, bila nak buat? Okay, bila nak submit drawing? Bila nak pergi submit drawing kepada approval daripada local authority? So, semua itu adalah implied obligation yang you tak perlu state dekat mana-mana, tapi your client or your developer dah tahu. So, dia akan buat. Satu, untuk buat development, definitely dia akan beli tanah. Ataupun dia akan just cakap, oh ada tanah kosong kat situ lah, jomlah kita buat building. No such thing, right? So, you akan dengar apa yang you dengar dekat news adalah, oh MRCB bought this land. Okay, MK Land bought this land. Gamuda Holding bought this land. So they are going to build mixed development of commercial, residential and elevated parking. Macam tu. Okay, so dia dah tahu. Kalau dia nak buat any project development, so dia mesti beli tanah, mesti possess tanah. Dia mesti juga bagi supply of all information and his planning untuk all the project participants, okay, to get together in his project. Kalau dia sahaja yang visualize dia punya imagination, tapi dia tak share the vision and mission with other participant, so basically tak jadilah dia punya project sebab hanya dia je tahu apa dia nak. Tapi dia tak inform. So implied obligations of a client to supply of plans and other details such as time. Bila nak start tender. Bila nak start discussion dengan consultants. Bila nak tender out. Bila nak award of project. Okay. And then implied obligations juga, walaupun tak dinyatakan di mana-mana, okay, dia mesti avoid obstruction of work and performance. Dia tak boleh tiba-tiba pergi dekat site, kontraktor tengah buat kerja, oh I don't want you to do this way, I need you to do this way. Oh no, you don't do this. Okay, I don't like you to do this. You have to do my way, don't do your way. Dia tak boleh macam tu. So that's how you tengok dekat site, very professional, semua buat kerja masing-masing because they are all the experts, okay? Dan tak ada obstruction, okay, daripada klien. Tak ada tiba-tiba datang, oh no, you jangan pour concrete this way, okay, no such thing. And then payment of reasonable price. So mestilah bayar, okay, ikut current market rates, reasonable price. Tak boleh, okay, kalau dia nak dapatkan satu projek, katakanlah ada 10 contractors yang masuk. So that's how kita ada tender evaluation, kita buat tender report. So kita kan cut off. QS estimate adalah A. So you nampak daripada 10 itu yang berdekatan dengan A. Katakanlah QS estimate 55 juta. Kontraktor 1, 100 juta. Kontraktor 2, 78 juta. Kontraktor 3, 54 juta. Kontraktor 4, 38 juta. Kontraktor 5, 51 juta. Kontraktor 6, okay, 66 juta. So kalau you, okay, you nak ambil yang mana? Okay, QS estimate projek tu bernilai 55 juta. So ada kontraktor 1 sampai 10, dia bagi kat you various of amount, contract amount, tender amount. So yang mana you nak ambil? So first thing first, tak boleh too high, tak boleh too low. Sebab kalau too high, definitely it's okay, not within your budget, dah exceed your budget. Kalau too low means something wrong somewhere. Boleh ke dia undertake this project? What if the project will abandon later on? Okay, so apa yang kita akan buat adalah, okay, kita ambil plus minus 5%. Okay, so katakanlah yang mana terlalu 100 juta, 78 juta tu semua out of list. So kita dah tak tengok dah. So kita akan ambil semua yang near to QS estimates. All those tender amount, okay, near to QS amount, okay, tadi, then only kita akan decide which contractor is the best. Okay, kita tak akan ambil too high, kita tak akan ambil too low. So reasonable price. Kalau low, chances to be abandoned is very high. Kalau too high, exceeds client's budget. Alright, they have budgeted only for 55 million, yet you have to pay 100 million. Mana nak dapat duit lagi 45 juta? Okay, tak ada duit. Alright, so where the contract is silent on such matter as time, price and etc. So it is implied obligations of the employer, okay, untuk comply dengan his obligation. Alright. So kalau you tengok this implied obligation, so there are court cases, okay, few court cases related to implied obligations of a client. So you tengok Merton LBC versus Stanley Hughes Leach Limited, okay, 1985. So the employer has an implied obligation not to hinder the contractor's effort to complete the work and to cooperate with the contractor. So dah ada past court case. Okay, dah ada satu case dekat court, okay, yang mana satu employer ni dia suka sangat kacau progress of the contractor. So the court finally said that the employer has an implied obligation not to hinder the contractor's effort to complete the work. So macam saya cakap tadi lah, dia tak boleh pergi tiba-tiba, no, you cannot do this way, tak boleh. Dia tak boleh hinder the progress, okay, and performance, okay, and the employer must cooperate with the contractor. And then Hickmans versus Roberts 1913. So semua tengah sibuk tulis ke? Sebab I takkan bagi tahu slide ni. Tulis sebab I takut you tidur je sebab PP ni kalau I cakap je seorang, nanti I'm afraid that I seorang je lah bercakap seorang kat sini. So tangan jari jemari tengah tulis ke tu?
Madam.
Ya, tengah tulis Akilah. Bagus. Memang purposely I delete tadi. Sebab I nak you tulis. Sebab kalau tak nanti I cakap seorang-seorang, you pun dah tidur. Alright, and then Hickmans versus Roberts 1913. The employer should not interfere with the proper performance by the architect or certifier of the duties imposed upon him in the contract. So employer basically implied obligation dia adalah dia tak boleh mengganggu any progress, any work performance, okay, by their consultants or their contractor. Tak boleh. Okay. And then Parini Corporation versus Commonwealth of Australia 1969, if the employer is aware that the architect or certifier fails to perform his duties properly to the detriment of the contractor, it is an implied obligation to order the architect or certifier to perform according to the contract. If they refuse, so basically the employer can dismiss and replace them. So kalau dia aware that, okay, the architect ke certifier ke contractor tu tak perform accordingly, so baru dia boleh get in the picture. Tapi kalau semuanya well, suddenly you tiba-tiba nak get in the picture, nak get involved, so you have no obligation to, okay, hinder the progress of your contractor. But kalau from the beginning you felt that it is wrong doing of you punya architect, certifier or contractor, okay, you have to, okay, warn. Okay, bagi ada obligation to order ataupun to warn those people to do work properly. If they refuse to do so, you boleh dismiss, you boleh replace them. Okay. Kejap lagi I nak Nick Natasha ulang balik apa ni Hickmans and Roberts punya court case. I Najibah on Parini Corporation and Commonwealth of Australia. And then I nak Ashraf on Merton apa ni LBC. You ulang balik court cases tu dekat all your classes. Alright. So I bagi, do you need break? Oh, semua tengah busy menulis ke tengah apa ni?
Tulis, madam.
Okay, so I bagi you masa 5 ke 10 minit untuk bertenang dan tulis.
Boleh, madam.
Alright, thank you. So I give you breaks until 11:50. Tengok I dah typo banyak sangat tu. So kita break for a while So after that kita terus dengan Natasha and Najibah and Ashraf to explain on those court cases. So 11:50 kita continue with our class. Alright, thank you. Okay, so semua dah okay ke? Dah lunch lah tadi? Okay, Ashraf?
Belum.
Okay, explain to your class.
Uh, owner tak boleh.
In English, Ashraf.
Okay. The employer has implied obligation not to hinder the contractor effort. In this case, the contractor yeah, and the contractor's work has been delayed
Okay. Due to?
due to masalah
Due to?
lack of cooperation from architect,
Okay.
and then
And then? Yes.
so the contractor need to not give notice of delay which might be caused by the event. So the contractor just has to inform the owner to extend the work, and then
Okay.
the employer cannot apa tu cannot hinder the contractor's performance, and dia tak boleh macam denda.
Okay, summarize Ashraf, summarize. Summarize je.
Summarize
Ha.
bahasa Melayu bahasa Inggeris.
English.
Okay.
Summarize.
Contractor okay.
Okay, okay, bertenang. Okay, let's see.
Failure macam mana bahasa summary, a contractor must not benefit from his breach by his
Tak, summarize je. So, contractor basically apa? Dia buat apa? Okay, and then employer buat apa?
Okay.
Summarize je. Tak payahlah baca tu, the whole thing.
Employer has cannot to hinder the contractor's effort and cooperate with the contractor, and contractor must do their own work that is bina bangunan.
Okay.
Every party has their work to
Ashraf ni gelap pula. Cepat, serius ni. So, cuba satu-satu. In this case, what happened?
In this case,
So basically, there were siapa?
Defendant.
Okay.
That is contractor.
Alright.
Okay.
And then?
Contractor need to extend time to finish.
Okay, need extension of time. Okay. And then? Due to?
Due to problem with the architect.
Okay. So there was a problem between the contractor and architect. So, okay. And then what happened?
And then what happened?
Ada sesiapa nak tolong Ashraf? Mana si Ashraf ni?
Ada.
Okey, teruskan.
And then there was an implied term that plaintiff, the owner, could not hinder the defendant in its performance, and that the parties would not, all the parties would do what they could to achieve performance. So and then the plaintiff architect in particular was obligation to supply accurate specification to the contractor.
Okay.
That's it.
So the summary is?
Summary, the owner
Summary is?
cannot hinder the contractor's performance and need to give opportunity to contractors to extend time.
Okay. Alright, thank you Ashraf. Thank you for your effort Ashraf. Good effort.
Sama-sama.
Alright, Natasha?
Okay. Hear me, madam?
Yes.
Okay, from this case, the employer should not interfere with the proper performance by the architect or other parties of the duty imposed upon him in the contract. From what I understand, the employer, which is the owner, should not interfere with their work progress or their work performance, because the architect or other parties, they are also professional. They have a professional work, so they know which one is the best. And for the architect, for the design, maybe the employer cannot interfere with the design, which is the architect know which one is the best, the economical building or design. Same to QS, so they know the budget, so the employee cannot interfere.
Okay, thank you Natasha for your effort.
Thank you, madam.
Aina Jiba?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Okay, what I understand in this case, the client noticed that the architect does not do their job properly.
Okay.
It is an implied obligation, means the architect actually knows their works, but they fail to do it.
Okay.
So the client have their right to replace them with other architects to do the job nicely, because the architect has the direct contract with the client itself.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Alright, any other students want to try? Nanti kan nak kata I tak fair pula. Kata I would like to answer madam, but you never called me. You never call my name. Kalau siapa kecil hati ke kejap lagi I tak panggil nama dia? Anybody wants to share their thoughts? Anybody who would like to share their thoughts? Hilwina, summary of this implied obligation of all those 3 cases?
Okay, for these 3 cases,
what do you learn?
Okay, first, the client must not hinder the process and for performance of the contract.
Okay.
Next, employer or the client also cannot hinder the performance of consultant like architect or contract or engineer. And then also the employer has right to warn the architect or consultant if their performance not to be performed like they should.
Okay. So if they fail to do so still?
The employer can dismiss and replace them.
Alright. Alright, so kita continue Okay. Thank you very much for your effort, Hilmina.
Welcome, madam.
Okay. So, okay. So express obligation, so that goes without saying So express obligation is something that we express. Okay, so it is so obvious. So in this case, kalau in our construction industry, we have standard form of contract to bind between those two parties contracted to each other. So we have the client, so binded, okay, by the standard form of contract, whether it is a PAM form, okay, PWD form, with quantities, without quantities, design and build. So regardless of the standard form of contract, so client binded with a standard form of contract, specific standard form of contract, okay, by or to the contractor. So express obligations are those stipulated in the standard form of contract. So meaning to say, if we are talking about pre-contract, so basically all the employer's brief, detailed design and documentation, site possession, selection and appointment of builders, all those are expressed, okay, in the contract. While for post contract, so appointment of assisting parties and then documentations, okay, contract document to be prepared, and then all the instructions, okay, architect instruction, engineer's instruction, AI, EI, and then payment and compensation. So bila nak buat payment, is it every 28 days, is it within 30 days, okay, and then compensation if there any, kalau ada LED, kalau ada DLP, okay, and then all the insurances, okay, that you need to prepare. So once you got the job, so you are the chosen one, okay, to be in the job. So basically first thing first, you have to submit all the insurances. Okay, you kena submit lah performance bond, okay, performance insurance, okay, to safeguard the client's interest. So if anything happen to the project, okay, so basically the client will hold your insurances or you punya performance bond. So dah memang ada in contract express obligation, okay, okay, untuk all the parties related, okay, untuk come up dengan insurances to safeguard each other's all the parties contracted in the contract, okay, and then post contract juga cerita pasal what is it permitted and what the clients cannot interfere in, right? And then payment obligation, obviously, because I keep telling you that the owner or the employer is the financier of the project. So the employer basically, okay, definitely has a primary obligation to pay the contractor for work done and to compensate for loss and expenses. So basically, it is the primary obligation because kenapa tadi? The one that who's going to make all the payment or the one who has the money, the one who initiate the project is all the client. So payment obligation, okay, by the client is the primary obligation. Okay, accordingly, okay, from the word work done, look at apa ni yang I highlight ni for work done. So maksudnya we have to pay the contractor accordingly, okay, according to their work progress, okay, at site. So that's why we name it as interim certificate. So interim lah, maksudnya ada interim 1, interim 2, interim 10 sampai projek tu siap. So katakanlah 24 bulan, so basically payment you kalau setiap 1 bulan, so akan ada 24 interim lah. So interim 1 sampai interim 24, so kita akan bayar staggeredly. Okay, staggeredly means okay, portion by portion until they completed the work on site. So akan become cumulative 100%. So work done ni it depends on. So if you go to the site and you decided that there's only 5% of work at that time, so you are going to pay only 5% of the work done. So you akan bayar work done 5% total of the total contract amount. And then as per contract sum, as per work done, periodically to be paid within stipulated time as specified in the contract. So it depends on. So kalau kita check PAM form, dia akan inform every 28 days. Kalau kita check PWD form, dia akan inform every 30 days. So it depends on which standard form of contract you are using. So kalau you are private developers, so you wish to opt for PAM form, so basically kita akan follow PAM form lah sebab that is the contract that binded between you two. So kalau you are in a public project, so you use PWD form. So basically kita akan follow PWD form standard form lah. It depends on which is which. But the primary obligation cannot be cancelled. Maksudnya tak boleh dibatalkan. Kalau pun ada default, you have to pay. Untuk court cases yang kita akan refer, precedent case before adalah Low Teck Chui Sdn Berhad versus Dr. Lila's Medical Center Sdn Berhad 1995. So basically Dr. Lilas as the owner, he wasn't satisfied with the work by the contractor, whereby she found that there was a defect. During her visit, he found that there was a defect at the work. And then she found out that the interim certificate has been issued out by the architect as well as quantity surveyor. So she needs to pay. Interim certificate is out means the owner or the employer needs to pay to the contractor based on the interim certificate certified by the professional certifiers. So satu QS sign, satu lagi architect sign. So both of them agreed that the percentage that the owner needs to pay to the contractor is X, for example. However, Dr. Lila wasn't satisfied to that extent that she refused to pay the amount. Because to her, she felt that the contractor did not have the right to get the specific amount stipulated in the interim certificate. So from there on, Dr. Lilas refused to pay, and this contractor, Pembinaan Low Teck Chui, they wasn't happy about it because they did not get the interim payment. To survive. So basically contractor ni dia nak payment sebab dia nak survive, sebab dia akan roll balik those interim payment untuk next progress. So the contractor, he wasn't happy at all about it. So dia sue Dr. Lila ni at court. So dia inform that they actually have the right to get some money out of it. Then the court mentioned that they were right. The primary obligation of an employer is to pay accordingly as work done on site. But Dr. Lila mentioned that she wasn't satisfied because of the defect at the site. So the court stated that if you have a problem with the amount, you might reduce the interim certificate amount, by discussing it with your architect and quantity surveyor before you actually certified the interim certificate. So your obligation is to pay. If you don't pay, so basically the contractor will be in trouble. So if you are not satisfied with the amount or percentage, okay, decided by the architect or quantity surveyor, you discuss with those two and reduce the percentage. So to compensate with the fault ataupun defect with contractor's fault or defect made by the contractor at site. But you have to pay, because the primary obligations of the employer is to pay according to the contract. So if the contract is PAM form, so basically you have to pay within 28 days, okay, from the interim certificate issuance. So once that issued out by architect and quantity surveyor, the payment must be made. Okay, you tak boleh refuse to pay at all. Okay, so payment obligation in this case, pembinaan low tech chui Sdn Berhad dengan Dr. Lilas Medical Center Sdn Berhad ni. So basically this is the Malaysian case. Okay, a Malaysian case. So based on true story, case ini dekat Malaysia. So satu lagi case adalah Lubenhams versus South Pembrokeshire 1986. So tulis this one I nak tanya you next week. Okay, so this one I akan tanya randomly. So everyone please do your homework and find about this payment obligation. Okay, specifically on Lubenhams court case. Right? I tak nyatakan lah kot dekat siapa I nak tanya, so that everyone will go and search for it. Okay. Okay. And then employer's liability. Chances are project can become difficult and expensive to carry out and employer incurs liability. Okay, why? So bukannya semua whatever happen fault at the construction site will be on contractors only, bukan So sometimes employers pun ada its own liability. Okay. Untuk this statement, so kita akan refer Bakal Constructions versus NDC 1975. So basically, that contractor tendered to design the foundation and build 6 blocks of dwelling houses based on certain hypotheses as to ground condition. So certain hypothesis given by the client, because when they propose all the informations implied obligations of the client to supply informations, to supply plans, accurate informations. Okay, however, the hypothesis were proved inaccurate. Thus, the employer have to be responsible for those inaccurate data and cost implication. So basically, the contractor proposed that particular specific construction methods and that particular building, okay, depending on the inaccuracy of data supplied by the client. So the client in the end, okay, held responsible for those inaccurate data and cost implication. So employers also ada liability to supply accurate, okay, data, okay, and information to the contractor. If it happen in the opposite way, so basically employers can be held liable for the inaccurate data and cost implication, okay, from the inaccuracy of data. Right. And then kita ada okay. Now kita dah gone through employers, all about employers, dia punya liability, okay. Usually it can be on contractor side, okay. The fault can be on contractor side. Sometimes the fault can be on the employer side. So it depending case by case. Alright. So after that, kita akan cover on contractor. So one who contract is the one who contracts to carry out and complete construction works in return for a financial consideration. So contractor ni, we know that they contracted with the employer who has the financial stability, who has the money, okay, to complete the construction work, to get the output, okay. In return, he will get some money. The contractor is responsible for the planning of the work and for the acquisition and deployment and resources on site to achieve the completion of the project or to complete the project. Subject to any term to the contrary, he is liable to the employer for the defaults of his subcontractor. So kita repeat dekat sini subject to any terms to the contrary, he is liable to the employer for the defaults of his subcontractor, including those nominated by the employer through his architect or engineer. So tadi kita dah mention, okay, tadi I dah mention dekat you, okay, even the nominated subcontractor is appointed by the client. So basically, the main contractor will still held liable on the nominated subcontractor's fault. Okay, so both domestic ke nominated ke, kedua-duanya main contractor yang akan held liable on. Alright, so basically kita dah go on who is the contractor and dia punya liability on subcontractor as well as nominated subcontractor both. Okay, so he will be held liable, the main contractor, not their subcontractors. Okay, because okay, the contract is binded between a client and contractor, not between the client as well as their nominated subcontractor or domestic subcontractor. Thus, the main contractor will held liable on every fault made by the nominated or domestic subcontractor. So all on the main contractor. Okay, so the contractors, okay, will carry out construction works. Okay, he will provide and organize resources for the constructed project in accordance with the design within time and cost parameters. Task includes tendering, execute common trades, general labor and purchase materials and goods. Okay, and then they akan engage subcontractors for specialized work. So dia akan carry out construction works tu, okay, dengan with the help of subcontractors, okay, and then he will provide. So dekat sini tengoklah contractor kena provide, lepas tu dia kena organize semua resources dia dekat site supaya dia dapat siapkan projek dia dalam masa yang ditetapkan. Okay, dalam juga kos yang telah ditetapkan. So task-task dia yang lain adalah dia masuk tender. So kalau he won the tender, so dia akan he will get the job. So bila dia dapat get the job, so dia akan execute common trades. Kalau dia pun expert in a specific area of construction, so dia sendiri pun akan buat kerja. So kerja-kerja yang dia tak boleh buat ataupun dia tak mampu nak buat, dia akan hire subcontractor ataupun dia akan dapat nominated subcontractor daripada klien yang appointed. So selain daripada itu, untuk okay, siapkan dalam masa yang ditetapkan dan juga dalam kos yang telah ditetapkan. So dia kena hire okay, labor, lepas tu dan juga kena beli materials dan barang-barang yang sepatutnya okay, untuk menyiapkan projek tersebut. Okay, dalam masa yang ditetapkan, dalam kos yang ditetapkan untuk handover kepada klien. So once klien dah take over the building, so the client will own the project at the building. Okay, and then tadi I dah mention, so kalau dia tak mampu nak buat certain work, specialized work, okay, so basically dia akan hire subcontractors. Right, so implied term, okay, implied obligations of a contractor, okay, is that he needs to complete the project within stipulated time. So maksudnya kalau tak ada ditulis di mana-mana, so dia kenalah okay, make all necessary arrangement to complete the work within time frame. So dia tak cakap pun dekat mana macam you kena ni. Okay, dia hanya bagi, okay, kita bagi you 3 tahun. So whatever it is along the way, it is up to you how you gonna do it. Okay, as long as 3 tahun, you just hand over, you complete the building, so you hand over to client. And then in terms of material, so he needs, okay, to ensure that all the materials are purchased, okay, and check accordingly, okay, according to the standard specification or according to the specification in the contract. And then implied obligationnya to complete work, whatever happens, kena completekan kerja dia. And then in term of design, okay, he needs to produce or provide some designs, okay, in certain areas of construction where, okay, it needs to be. So maksudnya kalau dalam construction tu, okay, most of the time arkitek yang akan prepare design, tapi kalau ada certain yang macam sikit-sikit, for example I cerita pasal tadi roof trusses, okay, so roof trusses itu perlukan shop drawings. Kenapa? Dia specialized work. So arkitek hanya bagi general drawing. So basically bila you nak erect it, you kena pergi dekat metalwork punya supplier. So you bagi, okay, basically this is the area that I need to erect the roof truss. So dia akan suggest dekat you. So basically you need this batten ke whatever, roof trusses, ridge and whatnot. Okay, so you akan responsible on the design. So some of the times, okay, sometimes you kena buat design, sometimes you don't have, because the design will be totally on the architect. So it depends on. And then you have to make sure that your workmanship is acceptable ataupun at the standard level of what it is supposed to be. Okay, alright. So express term, okay, of a contractor. So last time, okay, 2000 PEM 2018. Okay. So last time kita ada PEM 2006, okay, and then kita ada JKR 2010, okay. JKR 2010 is still here. Maksudnya JKR 2010 ni masih di sini, tak ada any revision on JKR 2010. JKR 2010 masih diguna pakai sampai hari ni. Okay, tak ada new revision. Kalau PEM form, okay, before this 2006, and then PEM form itu telah keluar yang baru, the latest one is 2017 or 2018. Please check if I'm not mistaken, 18. Okay, so kalau CIDB masih dalam lama, tak pernah ada revision, masih CIDB 2000. Okay, and then kita ada FIDIC 4th edition. Ini kalau you are dealing with international contracts. Okay, so far yang kita guna sekarang ni current adalah PEM 2018, the latest PEM form, and then JKR 2010. Okay, this is the latest, no upgraded or the newest version tak ada. So JKR 2010 dengan PEM form 2018. So this PEM form ataupun this JKR form, it could be, okay, it could be with, okay, or, okay, without quantities. Kat mana? Ni je font. Aduh. Okay. With or without quantities. So ini pun sama juga. Okay, with or without quantities. Okay. So with quantities, okay, with quantities, okay, with quantities, okay, is the contract, okay, with a complete and detailed BQ. So with quantities, okay, ada complete dan juga ada detail BQ dekat dalam tanda dokumen tersebut. Tapi kalau without quantities means tak ada detail and complete BQ, is just that a very simple BQ, okay, okay, letting you know all those work related, and then they will give you a very detailed drawing and specification. Okay, if anything happen, okay, here drawing and specification will prevail. So kalau with, okay, kalau with okay, with quantities, okay, there will be a complete and detailed PQ, okay, prepared by the quantity surveyor. If without quantities, okay, there will be only a simple BQ, okay, stating, okay, all the related works to the work, okay. Okay. If anything happen, if anything happen to the contract, to the contract, to the project, okay, with quantities project, okay. So apa yang you nak refer? If anything happen to the contract, okay, with quantities, okay, which document is the most important document in that contract document? Which document will be the most important document?
With quantity.
Okay, BQs. Yes. So BQ akan jadi the most important. So BQ will prevail. Okay. If anything happen to the contract without quantities, okay, which document is the most important document that you need to refer to avoid dispute? Okay, you are going to refer, remember, there will be only a simple BQ, there's no detail and complete BQ. So kalau contract without quantities, okay, drawings and specifications will prevail. So you are going to refer drawing and specification. Okay, you takkan refer BQ tu. BQ tu dah tak complete. BQ tu tak detail. Okay, so that's why nama dia, okay, standard form of contract, okay, without quantities. Okay, maksudnya tak ada quantity, tak ada BQ, tak ada detail. So macam mana nak refer BQ? Okay, so if anything happen to the contract without quantities, so drawing and specification will prevail. Maksudnya you have to go back to your drawing and specification. Because bila you costing, you are actually referring to your drawing and specification because tak ada BQ yang complete. So based on your discretion, you tengok drawing tu, you say, okay, for this project basically, okay, ada kerja-kerja excavation, ada kerja-kerja concrete, okay, formwork, blah blah blah, you pun buat you punya own tabulation. So you total up, you dapat, okay, untuk section A, work below kita letak 50k. So you did the detail BQ on your own, you got the pricing, and then you take the pricing from you punya calculation sendiri tadi tu, you masuk dekat dalam yang not so detail BQ tadi tu. Okay, just to aid for dapatkan total contract amount ataupun total tender amount. Alright? Okay, so far any questions? So far any questions? Yeah. Dia bukan summary. Dia some sort. Ada it depends on project. Ada project dia memang bagi summary je. So kat sini for example summary of tender yang kat depan sekali. So dia buat work below, excavation work, terus berapa. Dia tak cakap excavation tu bla 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 bla, tak ada specification detail pun. Bla 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 2 meter, okay, tu ground beam, tak ada. Dia terus je. Okay, excavation works tu ground beam. Dia tak ada nyatakan yang detail-detail tu. Okay, berapa ringgit. Ataupun dia terus tulis work below floor finishes work, excavation, concrete work, and then anti-termite work, bla bla bla, you masukkan. Actually, in dekat office in office, that's why kalau you notice kita ada QS contractor, betul? So QS contractor ni kalau dia masuk tender yang dah ada BQ, apa yang dia buat adalah dia pergi cari rate, betul? Dia pergi contact supplier, dia pergi contact kedai-kedai hardware, dia contact subcon. Okay, kalau kerja-kerja ni berapa you nak bagi I? So dia main dengan rate. Tapi kalau kontraktor tu masuk without quantities, so basically you punya QS QS dekat office contractor tu, okay, kena take off on your own. So you buka drawing, you tengok specification, okay, marble tile berapa size bla bla bla. You sendiri akan buat you punya own BQ. So you akan transfer yang total amount tadi tu dekat you punya tender summary tu. Faham tak? Dia hanya bagi je excavation berapa, dia tak bagi detail. Sebab dia expect you yang pergi buat sendiri based on drawing and specification. Sebab kalau you salah, okay, interpret drawing and specification, you termiss item tu tak ada. Sepatutnya item tu ada tapi you sendiri tak pandai baca drawing. So you yang rugilah. Dan dia akan cakap, so basically this amount is based on your interpretation of the drawing and specification. By right in that drawing, there is this item. Kenapa you miss this item? So that's your fault. Dia tak akan bayar you extra. If kalau ada BQ, dalam drawing ada that item, dalam BQ QS prepare tu tak ada item tu. Dia akan bayar you extra because that's dia punya consultant fault. Nampak tak difference? Okay, any questions regarding this before I proceed? This is very important sebab kita QS. So you kena tahulah the basic of standard form of contract with quantities. So kalau PWD, okay. So kalau PWD, okay, 203A. Sorry. 203A. Okay, kalau you nampak A dekat situ, selalunya bukan selalunya, dia adalah with quantities. Kalau PW203 sahaja, so okay, without. So kalau ada A maksudnya with quantities. Okay, so lepas ni kalau orang tanya jangan cakap tak tahu dah tahu. Okay. Kalau PEM form dia akan tulis with, okay, dia sama je with quantities. Okay, satu lagi without. Okay. Dia tak ada 203, tak ada 203A. Kalau PWD 203A kuat dengan BQ, maksudnya you tahu dalam kontrak itu ada BQ. Kalau 203 sahaja maksudnya tak ada BQ. So ada drawing and specification whereby QS contractor tu yang kena take off sendiri, buat BQ sendiri dekat dalam Excel work dia, lepas tu transfer amount. masuk dekat dalam tender, untuk masuk tender. Okay, lepas tu CIDB A2000, okay, and then ada juga PWD design build. Kalau design build dia tulis design and build. Okay, so PEM pun sama. Okay, kalau ada design build, dia akan cakap design build. So kalau design build, janganlah guna 203A ke 203. Kena guna design build punya standard form sendiri. Maksudnya design build tak sama macam traditional. So kita ada banyak lah. So any other questions regarding this?
Madam,
Yes.
biasanya kontrak dibuat pakai apa? PEM-nya without ke with quantities?
Okay. With quantities. Okay. Kenapa? Sebab kita nak price certainty tu dekat situ. So maksudnya dari awal kalau dah ada BQ, so bila QS buat estimate itu, more or less dah certain dah dia punya price. Betul tak? Sebab you dah buat detail A, B, C, D, E, F, G sampai Z. Dah complete. So you punya costing itu more or less dah 100% correct. So kalau klien dia refer, dia kata okay lah, so budget I kalau QS dah buat BQ ni dah dapat around 55 million. So budget I dalam 55 million lah. Okay, dia rely on tu. So price certainty is there. Okay, so kalau lump sum ni, kalau dia nak cepat, kalau projek tu dia nak cepat, sebab kalau buat BQ lama tak? Okay, hantar arkitek buat drawing 2 minggu. Hantar dekat CNS. Hantar dekat CNS 2 minggu. Dah berapa lama dah? Alia?
Sebulan.
Dah sebulan. Okay, lepas tu QS pula diberi masa 2 minggu prepare tender, betul? Prepare BQ. Okay, dah berapa? Sebulan setengah. Tiba-tiba ada diskrepansi. Patah balik. Ada diskrepansi between architectural dengan CNS. So, tambah lagi 2 minggu. Berapa dah?
2 bulan.
Ya, 2 bulan. So, kalau without quantities ni, dia guna untuk projek yang quite simple dan nak cepat. Maksudnya, kita tak bolehlah tunggu sampai 2-3 bulan baru nak tender out. Kita nak tender out cepat. So kita just leave out the taking off tu dibuat oleh QS contractor. Sebab if anything happen, katakanlah kita dah buat budget kan. Okay, along the way tu QS pun dah estimate dekat office. So klien pun dah ada budget. So along the way kalau you tersalah masuk amount, okay, for example sepatutnya amount tu 55 juta tapi you termasuk 53 juta sebab you tak ada tertinggal miss item here and there. So you pun nak cakap dengan klien yang saya nak claim untuk VO, variation order, sebab I termiss item waktu I calculate tu. You rasa klien akan layan tak, Alia? Dia akan layan you tak? Dia tanya you balik. Siapa yang come out dengan amount dekat tender tu?
QS lah.
QS siapa?
Klien. Contractor.
Yes. You yang buat taking off tu. So
betul.
kalau you salah, takkan I pula nak kena bayar you? Okay, kalau yang with quantities. Okay, siapa yang buat BQ tadi? With quantity. Detail BQ tu, siapa yang buat?
QS juga.
QS siapa?
Contractor. Klien.
Yes. So, QS klien yang salah. So, contractor claim. You termiss item ni dalam drawing ada tapi dalam BQ you tak buat, QS consultant you tak buat. So bila klien check betul, dia akan bayar ke tak? Dia akan bayar variation order ke tak?
Tak lah.
Dia akan bayar sebab yang at fault tu consultant siapa? Nampak tak beza dia? Satu tadi, QS tu bekerja dengan kontraktor, betul? Kontraktor masuk tender, QS dia yang salah.
Okey.
Okay, dan tak ada detail BQ, betul? Betul. So you lah yang kena take off sendiri kat office, masukkan amount tu. So kalau you salah amount tu, takkan you nak salahkan QS consultant. Betul. You yang salah. Exactly, right?
Betul.
Okay. Kalau yang ada BQ, BQ prepared by QS client. Consultant ni kita panggil dia QS client lah. Sebab dia prepare BQ tu on behalf of client. So, client kata 55 juta. It happened that QS contractor tiba-tiba datang, dia kata, oh, you know what, QS you termis item ni ada lebih kurang 300,000. I nak claim variation order. Dia tak masuk dalam BQ, dia tertinggal. In that case, client akan bayar sebab QS consultant mengikut matrix tadi di bawah siapa? Cuba kita tengok matrix ni balik. Whatever happens, okay, fault daripada pihak klien, okay, tak kisahlah arkitek ke engineer ke, siapa yang akan bertanggungjawab?
Klien.
Yes. So klien akan bayar ke tak?
Itu masalah konsultan ni kan?
Ya. Okay. So kalau yang lump sum BQ, okay, tak ada detail BQ. So QS consultant tak ada prepare any BQ. Detail BQ tak ada. So kalau you termis item, QS main contractor ni termis item, so siapa yang at fault? Main con kan? Okay. Kalau salah main con sendiri, klien nak bayar tak?
Sebab salah.
Yes.
Tak salah dia punya pihak.
Betul. So kalau ini salah di pihak ini, klien yang akan bertanggungjawab. Okay, nampak dia punya difference? Okay, any other questions?
Thank you, madam.
Alright. Any other questions? Any other questions? Dah boleh ni lagi ke? Boleh cope lagi ke? You boleh cope lagi ke? Dah tak boleh dah? Kalau tak, I nak end kan di sini. Mana semua orang ni? Dah tidur dah? Okay. So, before I wrap, I habiskan. This is the last slide untuk hari ni. Tolong ingat siapa ni, si Adam. Slide 30 So, I akan endkan dekat slide 30 ni. Okay. Untuk slide 30 ni, okay. So, dia bagi comparison between tadi I ceritakan. Ada design and build contract, tak sama And then ada traditional contract. Yang kita cerita-cerita tadi tu, yang matrix yang you nampak itu adalah traditional contract. Okay. Whereby, okay, tadi I pun mention on design liability. So, kalau you tengok here, okay, the wording here is that, is there any design liability untuk traditional contract, okay, for the contractor? Okay, untuk kontraktor ada tak design liability? Okay, so kita tengok dekat sini, untuk design and build contract, design liability adalah di pihak kontraktor. So ini adalah yes. Okay. And then untuk traditional contract, design responsibility is a no. So maksudnya design liability for traditional contract is a no for the contractor. So contractor will not be held liable for the responsibility of the consultants. Okay, I repeat. The contractor would not held responsible, okay, for the design, for the consultant's design. Okay, so in this metric, okay, mana metric kita tadi? Okay, In this matrix, siapa yang prepare drawing? Yang buat design? Okay. Ada arkitek, ada engineer, betul? Ada some of it arkitek, ada some of it engineer. CNS, engineer, some of it architectural, arkitek yang akan prepare. Am I right? Okay. So in this case, dekat main contractor punya part ni, dia ada prepare any design tak? Ke dia hanya dapat drawing, dia terus construct accordingly, okay, based on apa arkitek bagi dekat dia, based on apa engineer bagi dekat dia.
Dia terus dapat yang
Dia terus ambil semua drawing tu, dia akan construct accordingly, betul? Yang dia hanya fikir adalah method of construction, method nak buat macam mana untuk dapatkan this construction, betul?
betul.
Okay. So, kalau kita tengok di sini, okay, untuk traditional contract, okay, contractor will never have any design liability. Tak ada. Sebab semua design will be on siapa? Tadi tu?
Arkitek.
Yes, arkitek and engineer. So arkitek dengan engineer tu siapa kepada klien? Client's consultant, betul? So, kalau dia yang design, so responsibility itu kalau anything happen, collapse dekat site and rupanya it's faulty dekat design, so contractor itu tak akan held responsible, held liable, tak akan. Sebab bukan dia yang design. Tapi kalau ada fault di situ, okay, on method of construction. Oh, dia guna formwork yang yang tak cukup sufficient untuk retain concrete. So benda tu collapse. Itu yes. Tapi dari segi method of construction. Now we are talking about design liability. So whoever design will have liability forever. You pernah dengar kan? Issue on kalau CNS, Civil and Structure Engineer, kalau dia dah sign dekat satu-satu plan, okay, for example dekat Terengganu hari tu stadium runtuh kan? Okay, katakanlah memang ada faulty dekat design dia, bila diorang check memang sebenarnya design tu yang salah, bukan method of construction contractor. Jadi orang yang sign, walaupun junior engineer dia yang buat, okay, dia hanya check dan dia hanya sign, bos kita sign je kan kerja-kerja kita, betul tak? Orang-orang bawah buat design, dia pergi atas, bos dia check, lepas tu bos dia chop and sign. Betul?
Betul.
Okay. So bila that case, bos dia perlu bertanggungjawab. Kalau building tu 100 tahun, 100 tahun lah dia bertanggungjawab. So kalau collapse, orang yang sign itu dicari. So liability tu sepanjang hidup. Okay? Kalau design design. I tak cerita pasal method of construction. So method of construction itu yes, contractor salah. Kalau traditional contract juga, okay, kalau NSC, nominated subcontractors design, okay, sama juga. Adakah main contractor akan held liable? Jawab sebulat suara yang nak dengar. Kalau nominated subcontractor that is appointed by the client, okay, made mistake in his design, is the main contractor will be held liable still? Yes, kan I dah cerita dari awal. Kalau melibatkan design, whoever design will be held liable. Okay, other than that, main contractor yang akan held liable. If you're talking about design, ni I dah highlight dah design. Design, I dah bold dah design. Okay, on design responsibility, design liability, whoever design, he will be responsible. Okay, but okay, you punya contractor will be liable for standard of care and material quality, still responsible for standard and quality. So maksudnya dia kena berada di situ untuk pastikan standard dan quality of that particular design semua met. Okay, dia tak boleh lepas tangan, okay, you punya design, you liability. Tak, selain daripada tu, workmanship semua tu, dia kena held liable. Design je tak, kalau if anything happen. Kalau main contractor itu, okay, ada some portion, ada yang dia design sendiri, dia propose dekat client. So client kata, okay lah, guna design you lah, tak payah guna design architect I ni. Okay, so kalau dia design some parts of the work, he will be liable on his design. So summary is that whoever did the design, whoever design, he will be held responsible. Look, kat sini walaupun dia hanya design some part of the work. So kalau anything happen to that work, so basically dia akan held liable. Look, ini adalah yes. Okay. And sama juga kalau dia propose new design, okay, on top of architects, client consultant punya architect punya design, so dia akan held liable. Okay, overall other than that, dia hanya pastikan standard of care and material quality tu met. Itu saja. Okay, any other questions before I end this session? Any other questions?
Madam,
Yes.
tak tahulah saya tanya ni soalan dah bulan ke tak, tapi saya tak dapat tangkap. Siapa yang tentukan kita pilih standard of form tu without or with quantities, pakai PEM atau PWD?
Okay, so kat dalam circle of construction, okay, usually kita QS consultant akan recommend lah, dia akan bagi suggestion. Okay, selain daripada itu juga, klien dekat dalam construction industry ni pun dia ada knowledge on tendering, standard form and whatnot. So katakanlah projek itu kompleks, okay, it needs more requirements, more fresh design. Maksudnya dia memerlukan kepakaran yang lebih. Dia memerlukan kontraktor yang lebih capable. Dia ada dia ada duit banyak. Lepas tu dia tak nak responsibility. Okay? So dia akan kata, okay, let's go for without quantities. Okay. So banyak factors yang akan been considered before you nak pergi kepada with quantities ataupun without quantities. Okay, tapi kebanyakannya bila kita guna with quantities ini, bila kita nak transparency. Okay, maksudnya bila you guna with quantities, okay, with quantities ini price certainty is there. So klien tu kata, I tak nak lah nanti kalau kita buat kita buat design and build ke whatnot ke, nanti cost dia akan burst. Okay, kenapa? Sebab bila kita buat design and build ni dia punya quantities bukan you tak boleh nak come out dengan detail BQ sebab kita nak cepat. Nampak tak? Dia macam banyak factor. So to sum up, I would say siapa yang tentukan, klien pun ada knowledge. Secondly, kalau klien tu tak ada knowledge, QS consultant yang akan suggest dan recommend kepada klien which standard form untuk digunakan. Tapi untuk public project selalunya klien sendiri akan minta PWD digunakan, public work department punya standard form. Tapi kalau private sector kebanyakannya lebih prefer ataupun well versed dengan PEM. Okay, sebab bila kerajaan punya standard form of contract ni dia sangat rigid, a bit rigid lah. So kalau private sector ni dia kurang gemarkan PWD, so that's why dia orang buat their own PEM form. Okay. So untuk with dengan quantities dengan without quantities ini, so usually kita tengoklah kalau you nak cepat, you tak bolehlah guna with quantities sebab masa yang diperlukan sangat panjang. So kalau projek itu nak cepat dan projek itu kecil, bolehlah you nak just standard out macam tu je. Okay, so boleh guna without quantities. So it is based on project nature dengan recommendation of QS lah yang akan suggest. Okay, dia banyak faktor lah kesimpulannya. Procurement arrangement you guna traditional ke, you guna design and build ke. So banyak faktor. All in all, QS yang akan suggest dan klien pun usually ada knowledge, dia akan ni lah discuss with QS. So the best adalah with quantities tapi dia akan ambil masa yang panjang. Itu je lah.
Okay, thank you madam.
Alright, so any other question?
Madam,
Yes.
saya nak contoh kita sebagai QS contractor, saya nak tahu projek tu with or without based on grade G7 or G5. Maksudnya kita tak nak ambil risiko without contract tu.
Maksudnya I tak faham.
Macam nak tahu yang dia adalah with or without tadi tu. Macam mana kita nak tahu sebagai QS contractor bila kita nak masuk tender tu?
Okay, so you tengok je kat muka depan you punya tender tu. Okay, dia dah ada tulis kan tender dokumen bla bla bla. So tadi I kata dekat dalam tender dokumen tu ada apa? Ada BQ, betul?
Betul.
Selain pada tu ada yang bindkan antara kontraktor dan klien?
Performance.
Standard form of contract, betul? So standard form of contract itu the first thing you tengok dekat table of content pun boleh. Dia dah tulis kat situ. Standard form of contract 203A. So daripada situ you dah tahu dah. Oh, kontrak ni guna ada BQ. So you boleh tengok dekat table of content. You boleh tengok dekat table of content, terus tengok standard form of contract apa dia guna, ataupun you terus buka dekat dalam tender document tu, terus tengok standard form of contract dia, tengok dia punya front page. With quantities ke without quantities?
Okay, madam.
Satu lagi, okay, you boleh tengok daripada BQ dia detail ke tak? You perlu buat you punya own taking off dengan pricing ataupun you hanya masukkan pricing? Okay, nanti yes. Kat iklan usually tak. Tapi dia akan panggil briefing, project briefing. So dia akan pergi project briefing dengan ada site meeting. So bukan site apa orang panggil, site visit. So masa you site visit tu dia akan bagi tahu you. So waktu tu you boleh, sama ada kalau you tak aware, okay, you boleh tanya. Kalau you aware, then you kena tahulah yang alamak untuk projek ni aku kena buat taking off sendirilah sebab dia based on drawing and specification. Dia tak based on BQ. So BQ dia bagi simple je. So akulah yang kena buat macam tu. Any other questions?
No madam.
Alright, okay, so I endkan our class today. So see you next week. I guess that's the week before Raya kan? So after that dah Raya week. Kan?
Betul.
Okay. So see you next week. So nanti jumpa you after Raya lah juga. Okay? Bye. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Alright. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Happy Pasco, madam.